Friend, Shabbat Shalom to everyone again. I thank you for the opportunity of sharing some words of Torah with you this evening, and I take that as a great responsibility, and again, thank you for this opportunity. We Jews have given so much to the world. We are among the most creative forces in Western civilization. And when it comes to every part of that civilization, philosophy, physics, music, psychology, this is not meant to be chauvinistic, but reflects my Jewish pride, my sense of wonder and thanksgiving that I am part of the Jewish people. But undoubtedly, the greatest contribution of the Jews to the world is our religious creativity. Moses, the lawgiver, and of course, the 10 Commandments, what we call the Aseret HaDibrot, the 10 utterances. The 10 Commandments are a brilliant articulation of fundamental principles, which are foundational to Western religion and morality. Considering how important the 10 Commandments are, we would think that one weekly portion, what we call the Parsha, would be focused exclusively on the 10 Commandments. But this is not the case. Our Torah portion for this week contains the giving of the 10 Commandments and Israel's willingness to accept it. But here is the catch. The portion is not named with reference to the 10 Commandments, but is given the name Yitro, Jethro, the name for the non-Jewish father-in-law of Moses. We encounter him in his relationship to Moses before we read the 10 Commandments. Now, Jethro is an amazing individual. We first meet him when Moses escapes Egypt as a young man. He meets up with Jethro, who is called a priest from Midian. He's a pagan priest. He has 7 daughters. One of his daughters, Zipporah, becomes Moses' wife. Moses hears the call from God, and he leaves Jethro and his wife and one son that had been born to him and returns to Egypt. We know the story of the Exodus. We've been hearing and reading about it, and we know it from the Passover Seder, of course. And then this week, we have this touching reunion, and it's depicted immediately before the Israelites receive the Torah. We are told, and I quote, Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard all that God had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, how the Lord had brought Israel out from Egypt. And later on, this is what the Torah tells us about this incredible encounter. Moses then recounted to his father-in-law everything that the Lord had done to Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, all the hardships that had befallen them on the way and how the Lord had delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced over all the kindness that the Lord had shown Israel when he delivered them from the Egyptians. Jethro was overjoyed by what had happened to the people of Israel. And then he says, Blessed be the Lord, Jethro said, who delivered you from the Egyptians and from Pharaoh, and who delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, yes, by the results of their very schemes against the people. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, brought a burnt offering and sacrifices for God, and Aaron came with all the elders to partake of the meal before God with Moses' father-in-law. Rather fascinating section, and especially before the giving of the Torah. What's happening here? It's some kind of religious celebration where Jethro, this pagan priest, acknowledges the greatness of the God of Israel and brings a traditional Israelite sacrifice. But this is where Judaism gets incredibly interesting, and the rabbis of our tradition 2,000 years ago showed incredible imagination and sensitivity. What was the reunion about? We are taught, the rabbis say, that Jethro converts to Judaism. And let me quote a rabbinic statement. Jethro was a priest of idolatry, but he saw that it was worthless, and so he rejected it. and planned to repent, to convert, even before Moses came. It was something he was already contemplating. And the Aramaic translation of the Torah states explicitly, and he said to Moses, I, Jethro, your father-in-law, am coming to you in order to be converted. And later on, Moses asked Jethro to remain with the Israelites, but Jethro refuses. He wants to go back to his people for the purpose of converting them to Judaism. So why is this Jethro story here before the Ten Commandments? Here is my thought. The Hebrews should embrace the Torah, accept it, love it, embrace it, with a passion that the convert, this Jew by choice, has shown. Judaism is unambiguous. The Talmud teaches, Rabbi Elazar declared that the Holy One, blessed be he, commanded that the Israelites go into exile among the nations only in order for them to gain converts. Ruth, a Moabite convert, is the grandmother of King David, the forerunner of the Messiah. In one medieval rabbi, the Tashbetz, maintains that the commandment to accept converts is implied by the divine ordinance that we love the proselyte. I want to share something that is deep within my religious worldview. I stand before you every week. You should know where I stand within our tradition. Jews by choice, the appropriate term for converts, are essential to the Jewish future. That has always been the case. It is true more than ever now. They are our true hope and our true blessing. In America, 75% of Jews retain their Judaism. That means 25% of Jews who were raised Jewish end up not being Jewish. They stop being Jewish. They leave the Jewish people. But 17% of Americans, Jews, say they were raised in another religion or no religion and have become Jews, meaning 1/6 of our Jewish population today is made up of Jews by choice. Friends, let's bring this to our home, to this sanctuary, this great congregation. The New Reformed Temple is a major gateway for Jews by choice. Some of our most active, devoted, and practicing Jews are Jews by choice, or Jews in the making. They worship, they study, they do acts of community service. They love Judaism, they live Judaism, they are a blessing. This past week, and I cannot explain it, but it's the truth. It may be coincidental, but I don't think so. I had 5 Zoom calls with people who want to convert to Judaism. And what are they seeking? They're looking for a spiritual home. And they find Judaism to be compelling emotionally, spiritually, philosophically. And many have contemplated doing this for years, but finally have decided to take the step. There is something special about our synagogue. We have created an environment where people seeking Judaism feel welcomed. That is something that I am very proud of. And to those who are tuning in this evening and contemplating Judaism, I say to you, we want you. Reformed Judaism has a unique view of becoming a Jew by choice. We do not believe in convincing people to leave their religion of birth or the religion they are practicing. No religion has the truth. Embracing your tradition, your religion that you were born into or have lived, that is what we want, because our belief is that a relationship to God through any religion is something that is positive and affirming. But Reformed Judaism also believes that we have a mission to the unchurched, to those that sociologists say have either left their faith or have become seekers. We want you to learn about Judaism because we believe that Judaism is a uniquely wonderful way to live and to serve God. Working with converts is one of the great blessings of my rabbinate. I admire those who seek us out. I love their dedication and sincerity, and I believe that their choice and their passion is one of the single most important paths to the Jewish future, and they inspire us all. And tonight, as we celebrate Jethro and his remarkable choice, and how the rabbis understood his journey as a journey towards Judaism, I say to those born into Judaism, strive to love Judaism in a way that a Jew by choice does. I say to those who have converted or who are in the process of converting, thank you for what you do for the synagogue and Jewish life. And I extend my loving invitation to those contemplating Judaism to reach out to us, to me, because you will be welcomed, you will be respected, and you will be loved. And we will do all that we can to show you the glories of our tradition and to make you comfortable in the household of Israel. That is a central part of our NRT's Jewish mission. And let this bring blessing to us, to those who seek, and to the Jewish people. And we say Shabbat Shalom.